Hi everyone, it's Tracy here. I wanted to come on and talk to you today about emotions and why it's really important for us to not discount the emotions that we're having and not try and change them. I actually wrote a blog on this on my website if you want to go into that a bit more deeply and read what it is that I have to say, but I'll shorten it up for you here as well. Emotions, it's really important that we don't get caught up in the toxic positivity culture, which is that you need to find the positive in everything. You need to look at the bright side, you need to be in gratitude all of the time. And those things are important things to do, but they're not the only things to do. Because if you are in a state of grief, if you are in a moment where you're actually feeling sad, if you're in a moment where anger is actually what it is that you're truly feeling, well, you're better off actually, and it's more healthy and it's more authentic for you to feel what it is that you're feeling. It doesn't mean that you get to take your emotions out on other people. So if you're angry, you don't take your anger out on someone, but you are able to say, I'm feeling really angry right now, and I'm going to go and deal with that. I'm going to be with my anger. Because what happens is when we suppress our emotions, where do they go? So say something happens and my natural normal response to that thing would be to feel angry. So if I say to myself, you can't feel angry, you've got to be grateful, you've got to be happy, get over it, where does the anger go? I can promise you that what it doesn't do is take itself off to the ether and go away, because the anger is yours and it's for you. And if you're not expressing it or doing something to allow it to be what it wants to be, then it actually gets locked inside your nervous system. And that's then what happens is that builds tension. When an emotion is shoved down and pressed down, it builds tension in the body. And once we build tension in the body, that's where illness, injury, all of those things occur if it becomes chronic and if we leave it in there. If you're in a space where it's not appropriate for you to feel anger at that moment, well, a really healthy thing to do would be say to your anger, I will deal with you a little bit later. It's not appropriate for me to feel this now. Take a few deep breaths and then you go and process it later. A really important thing with anger as well is if I'm feeling anger can be passion for oneself. If I'm feeling sadness, it's because there's something really big that I'm meant to be shifting through and processing. And if I'm forcing myself straight into positivity and say, we'll be grateful for it, then there's a few things that are happening there. And I'm really not allowing myself the opportunity to heal, because a lot of these emotions that come through us are just wanting to shift through us. And if sadness and anger is coming up, it's coming up as information for me. It's trying to tell me something about what's going on for me, especially something like anger. Anger could be my body's way and my inner self's way of setting a boundary. It could be a moment where I'm meant to say no. But what I do instead is if I push that anger down and try and be happy, I'm actually saying no to myself. So that's a boundary breach that I've done on myself. I've put everyone else there before myself. And that's not a way to be authentic and healthy and live a full and honest and authentic life. So you really want to think about the emotions that you're having. And again, you don't want to throw them at everyone, but you want to acknowledge them and feel them and let them move through you, because that's all an emotion wants to do. An emotion is energy in motion and it's information. So it's coming to us because it wants to be felt, released, and then it's not locked in the nervous system. It has a natural way to shift through. If you're really interested in what emotions are locked in your body, look at where you get stuck. Look at where your pain points and tension are in your body, and you just go and sit with those things. So my invitation for you today is to really think about your emotions and what they are, and don't get caught up in the toxic positivity culture. Because I promise you, if you feel those feelings and you allow those feelings to come through, your gratitude will come afterwards and your happiness will come afterwards. And we put ourselves into the deep place of deep rest and depression and things like that because we push things down for so long. And we push parts of ourselves away for so long that are actually calling out for healing. And in the next video, I'm going to tell you a bit of a story about a personal experience of mine that I had, and the deep healing that I got from it because I allowed what needed to come up to do so. When you come and work with me as a counsellor and a coach, I can help you process the deep feelings and focus on the future. So what I do is I don't get lost in the past. I don't keep you held in the past. We use the past for the deep healing, but then what we do is we really get very future focused. We really get yourself looking at where it is that you want to be and the amazing goals that you want to set and the amazing things that you want to achieve. And they're all achievable. And with the two things that I've got, the two skills that I've got, I'm always bouncing between the two to find out what it is that the client that you need. And that's what I bring into a session to get you to where it is that you want to go. And if that sounds like something that you would like to experience, then shoot me a DM or book with me via my website, because I'd really love to support you.